Janmashtami here at SAI Prema Nilayam. It's lovely to have everybody. What a lovely, special evening it is. I should start by thanking our SAI Prema Nilayam singers that are very quickly becoming one of the jewels that can be found only here at SAI Prema Nilayam. Countless hours of practice goes into an evening like this. We're very grateful. So, Sai Baba says that Krishna was the embodiment of love. Hence, love is the virtue that he appreciates most. Love has to turn into concrete acts of compassion. Cultivate compassion and develop sympathetic understanding until you reach the goal of merging into the embodiment of love is Krishna. That's Sri Satya Sai Baba in August the 14th, 1979. Very quickly, we'll just do little announcements very briefly. You know, it's always a lot going on here at SAI Prema Nilayam, and as we follow the calendar of the International Sri Satya Sai organization, it's a very lively calendar with many different events. Now, as you know, coming up this Saturday, we will observe one more time, for those who can make it on Saturday, Krishna Janmashtami, but most importantly, we will be inaugurating something that is most needed at this time in the world, which is Sri Satya Sai Spiritual Education. A very, very important day. We'd love to have you. One of the things that makes it very interesting for all of us to come and watch is that Dr. Reddy he's the chairman of the International Sri Satya Sai organization, will be speaking twice to us on that day, both on the inner significance of Krishna Janmashtami as well as human values and teaching young people what they're all about. Following that, as though that wasn't enough, we will be all here to do the same thing for Ganesha Chaturthi. It will be a lovely, lovely evening again with our SAI Prema Nilayam singing. So please do join us. So this brings us to the time where we get to introduce somebody very special. Our special guest speaker. He is the director of the Sri Satya Sai World Foundation, where he's worked with government and non-government agencies like USAID and Direct Relief International for the Sri Satya Sai Medical Supplies Project. In fact, he has managed to send over $7 million worth of aid to international medical camps in disaster-stricken areas of the world. And that is just a very small part of what he has done in the mission of SAI. In fact, he's done so much more, and there's so much more to him, but I don't want to take away his time. He is also the lifeblood of all that we do here at SAI Prema Nilayam. Let us please welcome Mr. Krishna Janmashtami.
Om Shri Sai Ram. That was wonderful, Greg. Yeah, the bhajans were wonderful too. So I'm here to speak about Krishna Jayanti, Krishna Janmashtami. Everybody knows what it is. It's birth of Lord Krishna. So where do we start? I mean, that's given time is 10 minutes. And if we want to talk about Lord Krishna and our Sai Krishna, there's not enough time. But what do we learn from that? Well, what I'm going to speak today is basically like maybe a little appetizer. But if you come on Saturday on the 9th, you will listen to Dr. Reddy, who can go over Bhagavad Gita this side, or back side, outside, this side, front. It's so they used to say in Tamil, Kambar with Kathu Theriyum Kavipadam. what it means is in English. Kambar was the one who wrote Ramayana in Tamil, a great epic. In that home, even a little wood will sing songs of Rama. So that way, because associated with Dr. Reddy, he will put some here and there that gems I can pick and share with you. The few things immediately what Swami told us first. Who is Krishna? Everybody knows Krishna means black. Everybody thinks about the black form. So beautiful, but it's a normal meaning. But Swami had given 3 inner meanings to it. So what is Krishna? First is Krishyati iti Krishna. Krishyati means cultivating the hearts, cultivating love. But how do you cultivate the fields? So we have to remove the weeds. So all those 6 enemies have to be removed. You know, it's inside. Outside there are no enemies. So those enemies inside, which is the anger, love, you all know that needs to be removed. Then you put love, water with love, and it grows. So that's what Swami is saying. Krishyati iti Krishna. The second meaning of that, Swami says, is Karshyati iti Krishna. He attracts. Karshyati means attracts. What does he attract? Every single thing about him is full of love and attraction. Look at that beautiful picture. Thank you, Aravind. Really amazing. Very beautiful. It's captivating. The moment you see him, Karshyati iti Krishna, it attracts. Our Swami is so beautiful. People used to tell me, my friends, and they were, going to movies and stuff, and I was running to Swami every day. Why are you running every day to Swami? You don't know the taste of it, man. Just come and experience our Swami, then you know, right? You go and experience, see him, then you know. And you have to see with the eyes, and that he gives, Divya Chakshu, he gives that nice, beautiful eyes. We all ran behind him, so he has given that eyes to us, which is good. So with that eyes, the grace. Karshyati iti Krishna. So, Krishyati iti Krishna, Karshyati iti Krishna, Karati iti Krishna. You can go on adding as much as you want. The Krishna Tattva, the principle of Krishna Tattva is fundamental, which is love, which is already our brother Greg has told. When we talk about Krishna, we talk about his beautiful Bala Leelas, what he did during the days when he was in Vrindavan. I used to remember one of Sai Rodis when I grew up in India. He's a Iyengar who believes Narayana, but of course he accepts Swami as a God. But for them, it's relating to Narayana. So his Ishtadevata is Lord Krishna. So he comes every week and on Saturdays, weekends, and he will tell the same story. The story of mother, when he goes to take the sand and then she asks, then Krishna opens the mouth and the whole world. Then the same story he will say, we all will love it. Again next week, same story he will say, we all love it. We're kids, we just love it. Whatever he says, we don't want any other story as well. When he tries to say some other thing, we just ask this one thing. The reason is that it is so, even one story we are not able to assimilate fully. How great it would be those gopikas, what they would have enjoyed at the Balavikas. Please don't miss our Swami, nothing less. He did all these kind of bodily lusts, nothing different. Anyada Sharanam Nasti, there are so many books, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Man of Miracles, go on, there are tons of books. At least Sri Krishna said only one Bhagavatam you have to run to. Here, no worries. They have books and shelves of books. There are so many not written. Only written is this much. So that many was there. That's one incident. There are two incidents actually I want to tell how our Sai Krishna is our Lord Krishna. The most important thing to know is that in Anyada Sharanam Nasti, this is the one incident. One auntie was sitting and she's reading the Gita. And our Swami is playfully, is in the 20s at the time, 1940s, right? So he was just running around with the kids. They were, hide and seek and they were playing around. He's trying to hide and all that stuff. And this auntie is reading Gita just on a corner. He was running and then immediately stopped. And he looked at what she's doing. She was reading Gita and said, "What are you reading?" I said, "He doesn't know." He said, "I'm reading Gita." He closed the book right away and said, "Why this thing is not need? I am here." He put his head on her lap. "See me, enjoy, experience." It's done. All the Gita is done. That auntie did not know what she was experiencing at the time. After so many years, when she saw Bhagavan's glory, then she understood who this Krishna is. Why that incident comes to my mind is that we should not forget that same Sai Krishna came amongst us. And when Jackie Slub was going in the car, suddenly he looked in the back, he was in the front, and he looked at Swami, and Swami was complete blue color with all he had the peacock feather and everything. He couldn't, it's so beautiful form, and then he took away that form and again goes back and just looking at him, and after some time, Swami changed back to normal. And then he was not talking at all, and when he went back to Puttaparthi, they were traveling from Vrindavan to Puttaparthi, and then asked Swami, Swami, I saw you in this form. Yeah, I willed it to you to see as Lord Krishna. So these are all remembrance to say that our Lord Krishna, Sai Krishna are one. The more important thing is to dive deep not only to the miracles, but to the teachings. Because Swami and his words are not different. They are one and the same. So practicing his teachings is the most important thing. So we cannot go the entire Bhagavad Gita. Swami is already told. Everybody is waiting, and there are so many other things tomorrow morning, and even in the midst, so many people that come from far away to attend this Krishna Jayanti here. But without the teachings, it's not purti, it's not complete. So what did Swami say? We have so much in the Gita learning. One of the important, there are several important verses that Swami talks about in the Gita. One of the one that I love is this Adveshta Sarvabhutanam Maitra Karunayevacha Nirmamo Nirankara Samadukha Sukha Kshami. This is more, for me, I take this as, so many verses are very beautiful, but this verse, I take it to my heart. Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. There should not be a word called hate in our life, in our dictionary. From the mind itself, it should be removed. Adveshta. Dvesha means any kind of hate. So that should not be there. Sarva Bhutanam. Not just human beings. Even snakes, insects, whatever you call it, even for them we should have it. Maitra Karunaya, loving, compassionate. Without that compassion, what is this? Because our Swami is embodiment of love. If we want him, we have to be loved. That's the only way we can reach him. How do we know about him? Lord Krishna is embodiment of love, Swami is embodiment of love, we say, because we can experience and go to him only through love, not by anything else. Nirmamo nirankara. What are the distractions for this love? These are the things. I, mine, egoistic attitudes. Those are the distractions. When we have that, automatically love goes away. So there can be only one, either love or this kind of bad thing. So we should eliminate that. Sama, dukkha, sukha, kshami. Both sorrow and happiness or joy, one is able to see with equal mindedness. Those are the people I love most. That's Swami says. Who Swami loves? This with these qualities, whoever has these qualities. There are so many other qualities he goes. But even if you take one of it and practice it, all other things will automatically come. You see, you don't need to practice all of them. You practice only one, all other things automatically come and submit to you. Because that one is good enough. I want to do one more little story and finish it. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, the saint of Dakshineshwar. I always go to refer that because it's my inspiration. I take the gospel of Ramakrishna and read it the whole night. I couldn't keep it because it's full of devotion and the aspiration that I want God, pining for God. I don't think anybody can pine for God as much as him. If you read it, you will know what he has done, pining for God. So, one important thing is that there is a householder devotee, Girish Chandra Ghosh. He was doing all kind of bad things, but Sri Ramakrishna used to advise him, hey, don't do this, don't do that. So, he was drinking alcohol, so he don't drink alcohol. Because people think, how do I leave it, right? So this is a good example. So, no. Then what else he can do? It's very famous. I cannot give up all that stuff. Then just give your mind to me. That's what Ramakrishna says. Not simple. That's okay. You didn't realize it. So every time when you have to do something, you have to ask permission. That means giving mind means that's what it is. Okay. And also when you're drinking it, so this is one of the things that he says, and then what happens is, he did not realize, he thought it's simple. But then whenever he was going and doing anything, alcohol or whatever, he has to ask his permission through his mind. Then how do he have, so he was trying to say, okay, there's a little chalk he wrote, okay, write the name of the name, and the chalk will go on reducing. At one point, this much you can take, this much you can take, this much. Finally, the chalk becomes nothing. So you have to leave the alcohol. So like that, he gave up his mind to Sri Ramakrishna, and he became a wonderful householder devotee from end to another end. So all I'm telling is, everyone in God's place has a way. Nobody should think, okay, I'm a sinner, I got it, or it's a problem. No need to think any of that stuff. Everybody has a path, and definitely God is willing to take them. But at least one thing, God has to tell, hey, I got to give moksha to this guy. At least he did this, something he has to say, right? For that we have to do something to please him. Even a little bit it please him. He did that, so I'm giving moksha, he will give. So that's the point I'm trying to make. And like how Giri Chandra Ghosh reached. So all these things I put together is that the most important fundamental is we have to love everybody fundamentally, and we have to eliminate our I and mine, And most importantly, we have to chant the name of the Lord, because that will help us in the process of eliminating those I and I. Thank you, and we'll have Aarti now closing prayers. Bye.
Jai